In this video, we are going to cover how to make a scatter plot using Google Sheets. You can title your plot that you're making here. So, for example, I'm interested in plant height versus pesticide amount. And so I'm going to make that the title. You want to put your data for your x-axis in the first column here. So, for example, this would be the pesticide amount. So let's say I have a 1 milligram per milliliter pesticide amount, a 2 milligram per milliliter, 3, and then 4. And then I'm interested in plant height. And so this will go on my y-axis, and I'm going to put those plant heights in here. So let's say when 1 milligram per milliliter pesticide is used, my plant height is 8.2. And then when 2 are used, my plant height is 5.0. And then when 3 milligrams per milliliter is used, it's 4.3. And then when 4 milligrams per milliliter is used, it's 2.4. Now, once you have your data entered, you'll want to select this, and you will want to insert a chart. You go to Insert, and you go to Chart, and you don't want a column chart. This isn't the way that we want to display the data. So you need to come over to Chart Type, which is right here, and you will want to choose a scatter plot. Okay, and so there is our scatter plot. Now, it doesn't have any of the axes that are labeled, and so to label your axes, you can come to Customize, and you can go to Chart and Axis Titles. And the first thing we're going to do is put a chart title on here. So my chart title is going to be plant height, and I'm going to go ahead and put the units that we measured that in, centimeters, versus pesticide amount. And I'm going to use milligrams per milliliter here. Okay, and so there's my plant there. You can change the color of your text. I like the text to be black instead of gray. You can also change the alignment. So I particularly like my titles to be centered. So you can change the alignment there. You also see bold and italics here if that's something that you're interested in. So that's our chart title. You can click down to then give your horizontal title an horizontal axis a title. So for our horizontal axis, the title of that is pesticide amount. In milligrams per milliliter. Whenever you do a title for the axis, you also want to give the units if it's a measurement. Again, I want to change the font to be black. You can also increase the font size. So for example, if you want that to be 16, I think that's a little easier to see. So you can increase the font size there. Then we do the same thing for our vertical axis. So we come here to our vertical axis and we say, hey, look, that's the plant height, and that's in centimeters. I'm going to change the color here, and then I'm also going to change that to 16 because I think it makes it easier to see. And so this is our chart with our scatter plot on it. Notice how the chart doesn't start at 0, 0, and I want this chart to start at 0, 0. So I'm going to come here to the horizontal axis because that's the one that does not start on 0. And I'm going to enter a min value of 0. This makes the chart start at 0, 0, which I think is more visually appealing. Then what we're going to do is we want to add a line of best fit or a trend line. So we are going to do that next. The way that we do this is we come here to series and you click down and you've got your data series here. You can do some things like change the point shape or the fill color, like my dots now are blue. Maybe I want those to be black. So I can do that there. You can change the point size so you can make your actual points larger there. And so what we're going to do here is we're going to put in a trend line. And so you're going to click trend line here. You'll notice there's a linear relationship here. As the pesticide amount increases, we see that the plant height decreases. You'll notice we're not connecting the dots. This is a trend line. And so from this, we can also get an R-squared value. So if you go down just a little bit more, you can click here and it will display the R-squared value on your chart. And so we've learned how to make a scatter plot using Google Sheets, how to add a trend line and an R-squared value as well.